Hey everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Ninjas. These are the biggest headlines on Ethereum this week, from the Ethereum Foundation selling Ethereum to one of the richest men in China buying millions worth of Ethereum. I'll break down exactly what happened, why these headlines matters, and what it means for Ethereum's price and future. So buckle up and let's jump right in. But before we get into the video, make sure to use our Binance referral code for 20% off trading fees and $100 in new user signup. The first big story this week comes from Hong Kong, Yunfeng Financial, a company tied to Alibaba co-founder Jack Ma, one of the richest men in China. This company just bought 10,000 Ethereum worth around $44 million as part of their treasury. Now, Yunfeng Capital was launched back in 2010 by Jack Ma and David Yu, who later founded Yunfeng Financial. And on September 2nd, Yunfeng Financial announced that they have acquired about $44 million worth of Ethereum, around 10,000 ETH tokens. The inclusion of Ethereum as a strategic reserve aligns with our long-term vision for Web3 and provides core infrastructure for tokenizing real-world assets, the company stated. So is Jack Ma the one making the decision? Well, if you look at the board of directors at Yunfeng Financial, we have Yu Feng or David Yu. He was the one of the co-founders. We also have Wang Xin, Hai Olivero, but no side of Mr. Jack Ma because he actually was the co-founder of Yunfeng Capital, which is the parent company behind Yunfeng Financial. So even though Jack Ma is not directly on the board, but him being the co-founder and great friends with David Yu, I'm sure he has some influence. Jack Ma is a strong advocate for blockchain technology back in 2017, seeing it as a transformative force for a transparent, efficient, and inclusive financial system. However, he has been wary of Bitcoin, viewing it as speculative and risky, and that is not for him. Though by 2020, his views have softened. He suggested that digital currencies, including cryptocurrencies, are the future of finance and could overhaul the global financial systems. And now in 2025, a company that he co founded starts expanding to Web3 and purchasing Ethereum as part of their strategic reserve assets. Jack Ma has gone full bullish on this market. It is also stated in the announcement that the group will, among other things, increase its investments in digital currency. That means this is just the beginning. We've seen a lot of public companies publicly having Ethereum a part of their treasury. Look at that. Bitmine Immersion Technologies recently added over 150,000 Ethereum to its treasury, now holding nearly 1.87 million ETH tokens, valued at a whopping $8.1 billion. The Ether Machine, also another company, raised $654 million to buy $150,000 of ETH, aiming to build a robust treasury before a planned NASDAQ IPO. Insanely bullish, and obviously Sharpling Gaming entered the Ethereum treasury trend in parallel with its expansion into tokenized sports gaming infrastructure. These companies are amassing war chests in Ethereum as they prepare to act and innovate directly within decentralized ecosystems. Compared to Bitcoin, smart contracts and decentralized applications make Ethereum have an especially attractive look to the companies operating in the digital service and fintech industry, as well as the ability to be able to stake Ethereum and earn passive yields. So what does that mean for us as investors? Well, this means Ethereum is being treated less like a speculative bet and more like a strategic asset. Institutional adoption like this can support price stability and long-term demand. It's another step toward mainstream recognition of ETH as digital oil. And stay tuned because I'm going to talk about my view on the Ethereum price next. But before we do that, the second headline is about regulations. So, also on September 2nd, the SEC and CFTC put a green light on spot crypto trading on registered exchanges. They released a joint staff statement called Project Crypto Sprint. In simple terms, what they're working on is to make the rules clear on how spot crypto products, things like trading Ethereum directly, even with leverage or margin, can be listed and traded on US exchanges. This is truly a turning point for spot crypto in the US. Because over the years, US crypto investors and companies have advocated transparent regulations on trading of spot digital assets. Bitcoin and Ethereum futures products have been traded on CFTC registered exchanges, including CME, since the early days, but the absence of spot products on major exchanges in the United States has driven the market offshore. So, this move may open the gate to spot trading of the best commodities like Bitcoin and Ethereum on regulated securities markets, including the New York Security Exchange or NASDAQ, which is already being argued about in the sector. These are the regulatory priorities. So, the divisions identified various areas, exchanges, and clearing entities must prioritize when they prepare spot crypto products: margin, clearing, and settlement, market surveillance, transparent of trade data, fair and orderly markets, and finally, balancing innovation with protection. For more details, click the article link down in the description. Market analysts and participants quickly recognized the significance of the joint statement. Matthew Siegel, head of digital assets research at Van Eck, observed that the action will potentially allow large equity exchanges to list spot products that track Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other digital assets. A move like this would be a radical increase in access to both institutional and retail investors. So the bottom line, regulatory clarity is bullish, not only for Ethereum, but the crypto market in general, even if it takes time to play out. And boy, have they been taking their sweet time. The third headline is also about 10,000 Ethereum, but from a very different angle. So on September 2nd, the Ethereum Foundation announced that it will sell 10,000 Ethereum, worth around $43 million dollars, to fund development, grants, and donations for the Ethereum ecosystems. Now, some people obviously panicked. Anytime the foundation sells, it raises concerns about market impact. Honestly, why do they have to announce the selling while we're in such sensitive time? This is crucial moments for Ethereum price right now, and they're just gonna TP. Well, anyway, at least they clarified that the sale will happen gradually in smaller chunks to minimize disruption. Here's the important takeaway. Yes, this will create some short term sale pressure, but the Ethereum sold isn't being dumped and forgotten. No, it's being used to build the ecosystem, like funding research, projects, and developers that strengthen the Ethereum ecosystem long term. So while it may weigh on price short term, it's actually a sign of sustainability. The Ethereum ecosystem has resources to keep growing, innovating, and competing. So let's talk about price prediction. So I made a video recently updating about the Bitcoin and altcoins market price here, so remember to check that out. Now, what I think about the Ethereum price is, let's zoom that out to the 1 week chart, and you're gonna see clearly that we recently met at the all-time high at about $5,000, and we failed to break through that range, and now we're heading back down. Let's zoom out to the Ethereum 1 week chart. You're gonna see that we recently touched the all-time high of about $4,900, but we failed to break through that range. And so look at that right here. And so now we're heading back down. And if it's anything like before, we're going to see a sharp decline or correction of about at least 50%. So if Ethereum were to go down 50%, the next target is going to be $2,400. However, I don't think we're going to see that happening, because at the end of the day, it was back in 2021 and 2022. We had a lot of bearish momentum and bearish news, but we don't see any like that happening in 2026. In fact, in 2026, we actually have bullish news about the inflation data, and hopefully that interest rates will be lowered from now to at the end of 2026. So we definitely don't see a sharp decline like this one, but we are going to see some decline. And I think that the next target for Ethereum is going to be at around $3,800, and we'll break below that, heading towards $3,200 to $3,300. And when that happens, hopefully the RSI of Ethereum in the 1-day chart will reach 30 or below. And when that hits 30 and below, I'm going to start buying with a large amount of capital, because look at this. Previously, around March or April 2025, we have Ethereum price at this price right here, and it went actually 30 and below. If you would buy it here and then maybe a few times here, DCA obviously, then your price would have been around like $1,800, and you would enjoy a 3x, I think, from that price. So it's crazy, right? So just purchase when the RSI is 30 and below. So hopefully Ethereum price at the end of 2025, we're going to see a good entry when the RSI hits that point, and so we're going to get in with a large amount of money, and then we're just going to wait until Ethereum broke the all-time high and going up towards like $6,000. We're going to enjoy like an easy 2x from there. All right, and that wraps up this week's Ethereum headlines, as well as my personal Ethereum prediction. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit like, drop a comment about what you think Ethereum price is going to be at the year end, and subscribe to CryptoNinjas for more daily crypto updates. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Daily out.